What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. My next topic, I wanted to get into this Steven Jackson comment about checking in. I heard what Steven Jackson said on the 101 with Mike D podcast. Now look, I'm not here to disrespect Stack 5. He's done a lot for the culture, NBA champ, activist, podcaster. He's got a voice and a platform. But when it comes to checking in, Stack is backpedaling like Dion in his prime. Because not too long ago, Stack sat up with his chest out and said, and I quote, I check in everywhere I go. I check in with my people. It's about respect. It's about making sure I get home safe. But now that RICO charges are flying around like bees at a barbecue, all of a sudden now he don't check in. Now he's saying he just pulled up on the youngins. Now he's offering $1 million to anybody who can say he checked in at OBlock. For real, which one is it? You check in because it's the respectful thing to do, or you're too real to check in and don't need protection?
Yeah, a lot of y'all be at OBlock pulling up taking pictures. Where we at? Tell them how to come. We're in the middle of it. What do you mean, nigga? Y'all pull up and take pictures and y'all not allowed to. And one thing about it, if you're a real one, you don't mind checking in.
Checking in? What'd you say?
I check in with the real one. That's why I'm in the middle of OBlock.
Where you at?
You see the hoop?
Where you at?
I'm in the middle of OBlock. Listen, man.
Where the people's be, you know what I'm saying? Where the real people's be, man.
Pay for. No rap cap. Can't pay for. I mean, we really out here. OBlock, Chi-Town. Rest in peace, King Vaughn. We in the middle of OBlock, ain't we?
Business, bro. Now let's clear up the OBlock. We talked about that.
Yeah.
You can't find. I give $1 million to anybody that you can find on OBlock to say I checked in. This is how the whole story went. We was in Chicago for the Big 3. We went out. We got. We was back in the hotel gambling and playing cards in the lobby. Will Bynum is from Chicago. He has another dude from Chicago. My drunk says, let's go to OBlock.
I mean, that's not a norm for you, though.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not a reach for you.
No, and it wasn't surprising to nobody that was there.
Especially
and Will's like, you for real? I'm like, yeah, dog, let's go. I'm out there shooting basketball, shooting the bush.
You
It's 5 in the morning.
Yes.
Like I'm in PA, nigga. Ain't no checking in, nigga. I pulled up on the youngins. Ain't no checking in, nigga. I pulled up on the youngins.
Spoke on it.
The problem is, everybody can't go. That's the problem. 5 can go. We can't just pull up like that, so we got to hate on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to OBlock, man. I'm glad I was able to tell that story, man. I'm glad I pulled up. Shout out to Will Bynum. And when I go places and there's niggas that I love, I do check in. I call my partner. I ain't checking in for protection.
Yeah,
I'm checking in to let a nigga know that's in the state that I love that I'm in your state, nigga. Let's link up. I don't need no protection.
Yeah, no.
But that's out of respect. That ain't out of, that ain't out of being fear and like, no. I would want, if a nigga in Port Arthur and he know I'm there,
man,
nigga, if you don't call me,
I'm gonna be disrespected. Feel disrespected.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how every nigga should feel. If I'm in Cali, I don't call Boulevard a term across the street, I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? And that's the real nigga code. I'm under the old law. You know what I'm saying? And we in the generation where they don't understand.
Now let's break it down for those in the back.
Checking in, for those of you who don't know, is when somebody taps in with the local street figure or so-called gatekeeper when visiting a city. Not for friendship, not for guidance, but for clearance. So you don't get pressed, so you don't get robbed, so you don't get killed. It's extortion with a smile on it. You paying for peace with money, with favors, with silence. And let me be crystal clear. It don't matter how you frame it. You can call it respect. You can call it protocol. You can call it just checking on my folks. At the end of the day, if you got to call anybody to move through a city safely,
then you are being extorted.
But here's where it gets even trickier. Steven Jackson in 2022 told TMZ, I check in everywhere I go. I love my life. I want to come home to my family. That was his quote. And honestly, I respect it because at least he stood on it. He wasn't trying to be hard. He wasn't trying to be the toughest guy in LA. But fast forward to now. After Big U gets slapped with these RICO charges, after people start questioning whether checking in is just organized extortion, all of a sudden the tone has changed. Now it's ain't no checking in. I pulled up. Now it's I just made a call because my homie knew somebody.
Come on, dog.
That's checking in. But for real, what kind of message are we sending? You think telling them to pull up on OBlock with a phone call is doing them a favor? You think telling them to check in is cool until it's not no more is going to help them live longer? Because last time I checked, checking in didn't say P&B Rock. It didn't say Pop Smoke. And it damn sure ain't going to say the next one. The truth is, this whole checking in thing is a trap. It's been a trap. It's not community. It's not love. It's a street tax, protection money. It's mafia politics dressed up in hip hop lingo. And you know what? I get it. Some folks feel safer moving with certain people. Cool. Do what you got to do. But don't get up on the camera and start trying to rewrite the playbook. Now that people are looking at it a little harder, trying to find out who's calling the shots in these cities. Because here's the truth. You can't be the OG or the role model if you're not being straight up. Either you stand on it or you sit down, point blank. At the end of the day, I don't care if you from OBlock or Omaha. If we keep normalizing this check in or else thing, we are basically telling our young brothers, you are not safe anywhere unless somebody else says so. And that's not respect, that's fear. That's not culture, that's control. And the moment we confuse the two, we lose the power of what hip hop was supposed to be, a brotherhood. But salute to Stack 5, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.